Russia and China are giving diplomatic cover to Iran at the UN.
National non-proliferation regime, which China once again unequivocally condemns. The aforementioned acts have also undermined diplomatic efforts to resolve the Iranian nuclear issue and created a high degree of uncertainty to the implementation of Security Council Resolution 2231. China is gravely concerned and deeply worried about this. President, China has noted that some members of this council have done nothing but accuse Iran of violating its non-proliferation obligations in an attempt to justify the military actions of Israel and the United States. Here, China wishes to remind these countries of the following basic facts. It is none other than the United States that started the Iranian nuclear crisis. The United States unilaterally withdrew from the JCPOA in 2018. Thereafter, it reinstated and escalated unilateral sanctions against Iran and adopted measures of maximum pressure.
Now, if you look at the facts on the ground, yeah, the United States is breaking every rule, same as Israel. But there's basically three parts to this that I can see. There's the emotional part, Israel saying, I have a right to exist, like babies, emotion. The Muslims in the area getting all emotional as well. Then there's the arguments over, what is really happening, as in, okay, so the propaganda war, the information war, who's doing what and where, and what I'm seeing here is the most powerful countries breaking a lot of these international norms. And that will come back to bite them later on. But at the moment, China and Russia is getting in, giving diplomatic cover, reporting to the United Nations that, Israel and the United States are breaking all of these international institutions, multilateral institutions down by breaking the rules. This matters. And then the third part of it is another important part, which is, what is the overall strategic plan of each of these countries? What's Israel's plan? What is Iran's plan? What's Saudi Arabia? What's the United States? What's Russia's? What's China's? What's Pakistan's? What's Turkey's? And figuring out how they're going to try to achieve all of their plans and who's going to be able to achieve their strategic plan and whether the United States even has a strategic plan. So you look at all of that, you look at the propaganda, you try to figure out what is going on, and you try to ignore the emotional part because that's part of propaganda. And so what's happening here, let's watch a little bit more and I'll show you what Russia says as well, and then I'll quickly wrap up this video.
Which prevented Iran from enjoying the economic dividends conferred by the agreement and forced the country to reduce fulfilling its obligations under the agreement. It is again the United States, throwing to the wind its own credibility, launched military strikes against Iranian nuclear facilities, undermining the negotiation process initiated by itself, leading the Iranian nuclear issue to yet another impasse and resulting in an abrupt escalation of the regional situation. Iran's sincerity including.
So all of that is true. The United States says we want to prevent nuclear proliferation, and they set out these rules, and then Iran abides by these rules, but that's not part of the United States and Israel's strategy. In simplistic terms, they just want to be the most powerful countries in the region. And that requires them to destroy Iran. Simple. And so that's kind of the plan.
Its peaceful nuclear infrastructure, which is subject to IAEA safeguards. The actions of the U.S. and Israel directly violated the UN Charter, Security Council resolutions, including 487 and 2231, which we're discussing today.
So anyway, I don't want to bore you guys too much with all of this stuff, but in simplistic terms, the United States and Israel, they have the power, they have the ability to go and take out any country in the Middle East. They don't have the power to occupy Iran. I'm going to make a longer video explaining why, but they are willing to break all international laws and rules and commit war crimes and do whatever it is that is needed so that they can achieve their goals, which is, by the looks of things, just destroying Iran. This is Russia and China just documenting the destruction over the next couple of years of Iran. They're just documenting it. That's all they're doing it. So in the future, they can write books about it. And if someone in the future was to commit war crimes against the United States in the next 50 years or even 20 years or even 100 years, depending on if the United States can rejuvenate itself, then they'll be able to go back in and go, oh, well, the United States has been doing this for a very long time, so it's justified. And this is how the sins of the father can come back and bite you. And so they've got diplomatic cover, and the majority of the world agrees that the United States and Israel are rogue states that are committing a lot of war crimes. This is not me engaging in propaganda. This is an objective fact. They are just documenting it for now because they're too weak to do anything about it. It's really as simple as that.